So I mentioned in the last video that I was gonna try to mess with some styrene for a visor, and let's try and do that here. So I'm going to use all clad gloss black, and we can see what we can come up with. The thing with all clad, you want to make sure that you mix it well before you use it. From what I've been told and from what I've experienced, that is accurate. And we're just putting a little bit here. And this is going to be kind of a gritty paint job. So get a tack coat on there. And the thing with all clad is it needs 2 or 3 coats to actually gloss. It looks kind of glossy here, but in reality, you can see it's very opaque, the coat. You can see as we add that second coat, it really does become a gloss. And we might as well get the edges for good measure. Alright, so we'll add one more coat, and we will let this sit for a few minutes, and then we'll come in with a little bit of blue highlight for the visor. So we'll put this here, and we will come back. Alright, so let's try some Reaper Ice Blue. Reaper is a company down here in Texas, and they make a really good ice blue. And essentially what we're going for is the look from this book here. So let's see what we can achieve here. Got this in frame. I feel like this is not coming out very... And this is how the visor looks installed in the helmet. Now, if you're watching this video, I did actually redo this visor with Plastidip, and then the same blue paint sprayed over the lens. And the reason why I used Plastidip was I felt that as I was trying to fit the first visor into the helmet, the paint scratched quite significantly. And with Plastidip, I feel like it's a little bit more durable, because essentially you're folding it inside the helmet and then kind of pushing it up against the front of the face. And the Plastidip worked very well for that. And because the Plastidip is a thicker layer of material, I feel like it helps the visor hold its shape a little bit better. So, yeah. And this is my clone Commando here. I'm going to be sending it off today to Echo-Based Customs. And I'm really excited to see what they can do with it. You can see there's the blue is a little bit lighter than I think it looked in my garage. It is pretty dark. It's kind of like a cobalt blue, but I think when it's weathered with all the paint chippings, it's going to look pretty cool. On the back, I have a stripe here on the backpack, and yeah, I'm going to be sending it to Echo-Based Customs for final weathering and assembly. You can see here also how the Plastidip looks on the neck gasket right here. I think that looks really good. And you know, the Plastidip, I think, is just a great material. It's stretchy, it can flex, and I think it was really good for this kit. So hopefully you guys learned something from this Going Commando video series. I had a really fun time assembling this kit. I would paint and weather it myself, but Cody at Echo-Based Customs is just way better at that kind of thing than I am. And if you guys stay tuned this weekend, I'm going to shoot another video showing you some of the tools that I used for this build. I had a few people on the Clone Troopers United request that I make a video on that, so I'll be making that video. But this is a very impressive kit. You know, everything was pretty much ready to paint, and I did some minor unassembly to make it a little bit easier for painting. And you know, but if I hadn't, you know, this thing was pretty much good to get weathered if you wanted just a white Commando. The visor was the only real part of the kit that I didn't enjoy. and I'm kind of glad I had it not installed. That's nothing against Sergio. This kit is a fine kit for 145. I think you get your money's worth, but you know, I just wanted to try something a little different on mine, and I think it turned out really good. I still need to gloss coat it, but I really want to get this sent out to Cody first, so I'll worry about that another time. But I think the effect came out really good. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to make an FAQ video this weekend. But yeah, enjoy. There's a picture of my Commando. And like I said, I'm sending it out today to Cody at Echo Base Customs to get weathered and damaged and gritty and, you know, nice and gross. So thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.